What's up, everyone? How are you doing? Today's video is going to be different. Today, we destroy some myths. We are talking about Dragon Ball characters that, in my opinion, are a little bit overrated. Bardock, Broly Z, Jiren, Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT, and even Zeno. Get ready because this is coming with facts and a little bit of humor. So let's go. Before we start, and before the hate arrives, I want to make something clear. I love Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is my childhood. I even have a channel dedicated to it. So this is not hate, this is just analysis. I'm going to explain why each of these characters shines more because of aesthetics, marketing, or nostalgia than because of real character development. And at the end, I'll also give a small defense for each one, because nothing is completely black or white. The first name on this list is Bardock Z. A great concept, a tragic father who won the fans' hearts thanks to a TV special. But does that make him a well-written character? Not really. His personality is basically a rough soldier, sudden visions, and forced character growth outside the main canon. His origin is strange. He was born in a TV special, not in the manga, and his impact happened more outside the original story. His motivation is also questionable. He reacts to visions caused by a head injury, and then attacks Frieza almost out of impulse, even though he knows he stands absolutely no chance. That's not bravery. That's a suicidal fan service moment. There's no real father-son relationship with Goku. No real construction. No emotional bond. No complex story. Yes, Saiyans are warriors. Yes, they live for battle. Yes, they reproduce and abandon their children. Even Goku did it with Gohan and Piccolo. But rejecting your own son with zero emotional depth? I don't see the logic in that. What really surprises me is how many people praise Bardock for this behavior. They say, that's a real Saiyan, a true warrior. But tell me this, which father do you prefer? Bardock, who never cared, or someone like Vegeta, who started as pure evil and ended up genuinely loving Trunks and his family? Exactly. Now, on the positive side, Bardock has insane aesthetics. One of the most stylish characters in Dragon Ball history. His armor, his attitude, his aura, all iconic. People love Bardock for his tragic image, not for his character depth. And yeah, this is where many of you are going to unsubscribe. Broly Z deserves to be on this list. He is proof that design and spectacle can create a legend, even if the writing is weak. Broly hates Goku because Goku cried when they were babies. Yes, that's literally the canon explanation. That is meme-level writing. Infinite power. With one of the weakest motivations ever. His trauma is badly explained, his obsession is forced, and his destruction is written without psychological depth. Broly Z is just raw rage without emotional structure. Now compare that with Broly from Dragon Ball Super. There, Broly is still a beast, but he is a character. A savage Saiyan raised like an animal, with no social knowledge, no emotional education, and still overwhelming power. Super Broly makes sense. Z Broly just destroys everything because he got mad at a crying baby. Still, visually, he's perfect. A giant, unstoppable monster works emotionally for the audience. That's why people love him. But narratively, he was always overrated. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like, drop a comment, and share it. It costs you nothing, and it helps me a lot to keep uploading videos like this. Jiren, power without a soul. Jiren was created as Goku's dark mirror, absolute strength, zero emotional complexity. His backstory? Dead family, broken trust, lone warrior. The most generic backstory possible. Goku grows through bonds. Jiren isolates himself behind the idea that power is everything. And that's it. Jiren works as a final boss. But outside of combat, he's empty. Yes, his presence in the tournament of power was intimidating. Some moments were truly epic, but as a character, overrated. Super Saiyan 4, pure fan service. Now this one hurts a lot of fans. Super Saiyan 4 from Dragon Ball GT is pure visual fan service. Yes, it looks brutal. Yes, it looks raw. Yes, it looks different. But it lacks real narrative evolution. There is a scene where Goku needs Super Saiyan 4 to lift a building. Dragon Ball characters were lifting mountains in classic Dragon Ball. And GT abused that transformation constantly. With no emotional weight, no narrative justification. When you use a form without meaning, you make it lose value. Visually, it is iconic. It mixes beast and hero perfectly. But compared to modern transformations like Ultra Instinct, which have emotional, philosophical, and divine meanings, Super Saiyan 4 feels empty. Still, I admit it, nostalgia and charisma alone are enough for many fans. Zeno-sama is one of the most powerful beings in all of Dragon Ball Super. He is the king of everything, the god above all gods. A character who can erase entire universes with a single gesture. On paper, that sounds terrifying. But when you really analyze his role in the story, Zeno-sama becomes one of the most overrated concepts in the franchise. The first big problem with Zeno is that his power requires no effort at all. He does not train. He does not fight. He does not struggle. He does not sacrifice anything. He simply exists, and reality disappears if he wants it to. Dragon Ball has always been about growth through pain. Goku trains endlessly. Vegeta suffers defeats. Gohan unlocks power through emotional breaking points. Even gods like Beerus still operate under rules and balance. But Zeno has no limits at all. And when limits disappear, so does tension. That is the second major issue. Zeno destroys the suspense of the story. Why should we feel afraid of any villain? If we know that Zeno can erase everything instantly? Why should a universal threat feel dangerous if the solution is always one button away? This turns Zeno into a narrative shortcut. Instead of battles being resolved with strategy, sacrifice, or intelligence, the story now has a character that simply deletes problems. That removes emotional weight from conflict. Another serious issue is his lack of moral awareness. When we talk about overrated characters in Dragon Ball, like Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT, Broly Z, Bardock Z, and Zeno-sama, they all share something very important in common. They are loved mainly because of their design, their nostalgia, their visual impact, and their emotional attachment to the fans.